Hello, Sonia Barrett here once again, and there are a couple things that I'd like to chat about for a brief moment. And the first thing I'd like to talk about is the idea of failure. It's really about basically redefining that whole idea of failure. Because what I've really come to understand, and it's been for a long time now, is that failure, do we really fail? What is that? I think it handicaps so many people. Just that word, that fear of things not working out exactly as planned, you not, being able to do exactly as maybe society expects you to do, or what is accepted behavior. And because of that, there are people that you start a business, you start projects, you're in relationships, there's, your job, just so many things that we are participating in. And when things don't work out, the outcome that we wish, which would be probably ideally defined as success, it can be very daggering for many people, and it can certainly throw one off from wanting to maybe get back on the horse, as they say again. But I don't see it that way. I see that we don't really fail at anything based on the definition of failure. I think that everything that we do, there is something that is retrieved from that. There is some sort of experience that is received from that, from our efforts, and that it's up to us to be able to identify what we've learned from the experience and take it from there. We learn what from the experience, and we then apply it to perhaps simplifying our next attempt at something else. So I don't really see that as not being a success. I also think that not trying, not going after something, not applying oneself, if we were to use the word failure, I think that would be failure, is to never have tried at all. That, to me, it would probably more so define failure. Fear of things not working out, fear of being ridiculed, just a fear of just having to deal with it your own self. I think all of that sets people up for living a safe life, operating in safe zones, and it's easier sometimes for them to judge other people's aim and attempt at maybe their passion, or just simply the fact that they're wanting to try something new. Sometimes there are those people where they just judge, but yet they make no attempt to try at something, to put their hand towards and their mind towards something and their creative effort towards something. Instead, it's buried because there's a fear of attempting to do it and perhaps receiving the same kind of ridicule perhaps that they give to someone else. So I say it doesn't even matter if you're ridiculed. Who cares? We're all people. And everybody is kind of concerned with how they look and caught up in their own circumstances anyway, even if it doesn't appear to be that way on the outside. But on the inside, everybody is dealing with their own reality, their own hologram that they are operating in and that they've created. So what made me think of that? Well, I thought about this movie and the fact that I had never done a movie before. I had no idea what I was getting into. And I just had a little idea, and I moved forward in whatever the first steps were in doing this. No cameraman, no, money, no nothing. And just following it through every step of the way and seeing that it kept changing. And more importantly, learning to step back and allow it to shape itself and not get so caught up in how I thought it was going to be, but being pliable enough to step back and go, okay, it's shaping itself, and I am trusting the whole process of how it's all coming together. And this idea came, understand, in 2010, and I think I started in 2011. And there are times when you have to be okay with those moments when you set it down and you step aside and you don't pick it up for maybe for a little bit. I don't know, could be months, could be weeks, could be a year. That's not uncommon with filmmakers for various reasons. And I have to say there was a point there where I was a little bit afraid of the project, if I'm going to be honest with myself, at different stages. As it got to be this next bigger thing, there was a little bit of a fear, because each new thing, I didn't know what to do, and I had to keep upping my game. I had to keep learning and educating myself, and trusting, more importantly, that part of myself. And one of the things that I remember saying when I got to that point where it was time to really make this happen, put it together, you have all this footage, what do you do with it? And I remember saying to myself, I don't know what to do here, but there's an inner genius in here, and I'm asking you to show up. Just show up right now. And it was a short time after that where I went about my business. I'm talking within, I don't know, an hour or so, cooking, and then there it was. Then there's that genius, that part of me that showed up, boom, with the idea of exactly what to do. So there's an inner genius in all of us. There's also a robotic self in all of us, an automated self in all of us. And there is that part of us that lives in caution mode in all of us. So it's recognizing this and just knowing you're here to experience the human dance. And that means to try your hand at whatever it is that you want to try your hand at. And if you don't feel like trying your hand at anything and you're comfortable with that, then that's fine too, because maybe that's all you're here to experience. So every moment is, I think if we were to use that word perfect, I don't know what that really means either, but every moment is truly ideal in its own way, according to what the individual is needing to experience and participate in and be gifted with in that moment. And again, there's some that will say, but there's all these various things that go on. That's a whole lecture and a whole other story, but we still have to be responsible for each moment and understand our part in each moment and every next moment based on what we understand, how we interpret things. And perhaps some of the packaged, what should I say, itinerary in coming to this reality, this idea of being a human being. So, with that said, because I could go on and on about the subject and many other subjects, but what I'd like to let you know is that the documentary will be available, will be released publicly on February 21st. The distribution begins on February 21st. Video on demand in perhaps one of your providers, television providers. I know there's Verizon, and then there is Dish Network, and then there is, gosh, I can't remember them right off the bat. They're on the website though. There's Frontier Communications. There's a number of them, and also for Canada, Shaw, I think, is one for Canada. But the list is there, and there are quite a few other smaller stations or networks as well. But they're all on the website, thebusinessofdisease.com. And also digitally, the film will be available on Amazon, iTunes, Amazon, iTunes, Vudu, Vimeo, YouTube, and several other places. Again, it's all on the website. Unless you're on Facebook, then it's also showing it's on Facebook as well. So I'd like to remind you about that, or let you know about it, February 21st. What we're also doing is we're doing a little launch celebration. So it's Facebook Live on February 21st at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And we hope to have a few people, maybe hopefully a couple of people from the film might be there, and we will be chatting with you for a brief moment, talking about the film and our everybody's experiences, and also the book Health and Inside Job and Outside Business. Some of those who were sponsors and were added to the revised version of the book, a lot of cutting edge people. And so I wanted to let you know about that and remind you also. So here's the book, Health and Inside Job and Outside Business, and the film, The Business of Disease. And the film itself, the DVD, is actually also available now on the website. So you can buy the film on the website, but it'll be on all these other platforms, and you can still actually watch it right now on pay-per-view only on the website right now until February 21st, when you can watch it pretty much, you can find it pretty much anywhere then on the internet or on your television. So I'm very excited, and I hope that this inspires someone out there to know that anything is possible. We live in an ocean of potentials, and I just selected, this is a potential that I grabbed at and just kind of managed to see it through. So what else can I tell you? I know that I'm leaving something out, but anyway, if I'm leaving anything out, you can go to thebusinessofdisease.com and check out all the information that is there, the people who were in the film, as well as anything else that is happening around the film. And well, there's one more thing. Oh, my main website, therealsoniabarrett.com. Check it out. Lots of cutting edge articles and information and workshops that I'm doing. Lots of workshops, webinars. So anywhere in the world that you are, you can attend. Lots of really great things coming up. And so I want to thank you for your support, and I'm asking you to do go ahead and share it. Let others know about it. There's other things that I'm going to have available for people who are actually interested, who are practitioners that, for sharing the film. I might be able to offer you something wonderful. There's a catalog actually that goes out with the film, the DVD, and goes to all the screenings when we go. And so that might be of interest to you, to let others know about your work in whatever area you are in. So I thank you, and stay tuned. And hey, if you haven't seen the film yet, watch it now, or prepare to watch it and tell everybody about it, family and friends. Thanks so much.